Welcome to our podcast. In this episode, we're going to talk about the truth behind criminal cases and how the courts work in England and Wales. First, let's talk about the process of a criminal case. So, all criminal cases start in the magistrate's court, and depending on the seriousness of the crime, the case will either proceed in magistrate's court from start to finish, or maybe it will be referred from magistrate's court to a higher court. Usually, it is the Crown Court. So how does it usually take to resolve a case is a very common question. And, more than a half of criminal trials do not go to trial as planned, which uses up the court's time. Some cases, called scracket cases, do not proceed on the scheduled date on very short notice, but do not need to be rescheduled. This may be because the defendant pleading guilty or because the case was maybe dismissed by the prosecution. But other trials do not continue and need rescheduling are called ineffective. This may be because the prosecution or defense is not ready to begin the trial, or because the defendant does not attend as directed. Those cases that continue are considered the effective cases. So, how do the courts work? There are different types of courts in England and in Wales, covering all legal disputes from criminal defendants, indebted consumers, children at risk of harm, business involving commercial disputes, or individual asserting employment rights. The main three types of courts are the criminal, civil, and family courts. Now I'm going to explain you what are the functions of these three main types of court. So the criminal court deal with all cases where a crime has been committed and there is sufficient evidence gathered against the alleged offender for to be the reasonable possibility of conviction. Civil courts deal with disputes between individuals and organizations, such as failure to repay a debt, personal injury, breach of contract relating to goods or property, housing disputes, bankruptcy, or insolvency. And finally, family courts deal with disputes related to family matters. This means divorce, financial disputes, custody of children after the breakup of a relationship, of a marriage, domestic violence, adoption or protection of children from abuse or neglect. And how are criminal cases divided in the court? All criminal cases start in a magistrate court and the vast majority will end there. A small number, the lower percentage, will be referred to a higher court. This is the Crown Court, as I already said. Thank you.